Hey class, this is Gerard again, just doing a reply. Oh, that's where I got some of my stuff from. Let's see. All right, cool. Um, so I didn't make one. I just took a picture right here for the Huffman code because I didn't want to go through it all. But I'll explain what's happening in there. But this one's to Jose. Uh, Good job on picking the Huffman code algorithm for decompression and compression files. And then I was kind of like going over with what you were talking about in here, give a visual so other people can also understand. Um, so this data, this algorithm that you're talking about here is a greedy algorithm, and it is designed to not lose any information, right? Because especially when you're dealing with files, compressions, and or decompression of files, uh, you don't want any info, any data lost in there. And so, uh, on a note for that, what it does is it takes frequencies and it multiplies it to get bytes, data size and all that stuff. So it takes the um, length of the code, which I'll show you here. So what they're talking about length of the code is we're just going to say um, left or no will be 0, left no 0, right? Yeah, left no 0, right yes equals 1, right? So true, false, right? 0 or 1. And then you go down to whatever you need. So, and they have it listed here. And so, if we wanted C, we'd start 1, 0, 1, right? If we wanted A, 0, it's code 0. C's code is 101, 101, like we did earlier. B will be 100, 100. True, false, false, right? However you initialize it, so on and so forth for all of these. So the length of the code is here, 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 and oh my goodness, here. Sorry about that. So the frequency would be inside of the data itself. How frequent does A come in here? So we'll just say A comes 10. We'll say C comes in 5, right? So the amount of bytes, the size of the data will be um, the length of the code, so 1, 2, 3, regardless of what that is, times the frequency. So if we said C was 5, right? 3 times 5 data will be 15, right? The bytes will be 15, or yeah, the data size will be 15. 0 times 10, um, this is the oddball here, if you were to do something like this. This should technically uh, be everybody gets fooled here. They're like, well, it's 0, so it's nothing, but it's 1. It's technically that's 1, even though it's a 0. That's what it's represented as in code for the example of this. But this is 1 in size, so this would be 10A, right? We have 10 A's. And then times 1, so it'll be 10. So 10, 15. And then you would do that throughout the entire file, right? And then you would get your list. So if you were to do 5 times B, 10 times D, 10 times A, do all that, do the algorithm 3 times, or sorry, code times the frequency, then you get here. And so how this breaks it down to find this is it then um, takes the frequencies, and the algorithm actually takes the code and it does, to make it quicker, it takes the least or the most occurring and the least occurring, and it puts them in trees correspondingly. So that way, so let's just say that we had E show up 3 times and we had D show up 4 times, and then C is 100 times, and B is 150 times, and A is like 1,000 times, right? These aren't even close, so these are clearly the least one, right? The least 3 and 4. Um, so it'll put these in here, and how it figures out the route to these quicker, what shows up the most and the least, and when it reorganizes it, it goes, all right, so this is 3 and this is 4. So this node here above them, their parent node, because these are leaf nodes right here, children leaf nodes. But this parent node right here would be 3 plus 4, so 7, okay? And then if we did 100 and 150, this would be 250. And then if we did these two, it'll go 257, right? Because this is 7 and this is 250. And then we said 1000, right, for A. So this would be 1257 on the start. And that's how it can find things to decompress and compress and reorganize that. And that's how the algorithm kind of works. But I definitely thought that was a really good algorithm for Jose to pick. Definitely a good one for decompression and compressing files, because that is a huge part of just computer science in general, or just computer usage in general. And like people use that all the time, don't even know it. Um, as far as like how we break it down into n log n or the big O notation, um, sorry, he says it. I forgot where he says it in here. It's not here, but oh yeah, it's basically depends on the size of the file, right, and all that stuff. And so, as with anything, time and the amount of processing power contribute. But bravo, good one on that one. Hope to talk to you soon, Jose, and hope this helped a little bit on showing at least a little visual. I'll add that little picture in there so people can see it too and use it. But all right, take it easy. Bye.